city council meeting tonight. I know we're a half hour later than when we normally start, but we appreciate everybody being here. Councilmember Bailey has not made it in from Salt Lake yet, so we will, I've asked Julie if she would say the opening prayer and followed by Matt with the pledge of allegiance.
Our dear Heavenly Father, we're grateful for this day and for the opportunity we have to meet as a city council and its residents. We ask that thy Spirit will be with us, that thou will guide and direct us to the things that are pleasing unto thee, and that we can serve our residents the best way possible. We ask that thou will continue to watch over and bless those who are serving our armed forces, as well as our first responders. Keep them safe and return them home to our families. We're grateful for the freedoms we have and for the peace that we have in our lives. And we ask that continue blessing upon us. And we say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Would the audience please rise and repeat the pledge of allegiance after me?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is it too hot?
I'm leaving.
Might need a minute. In a little while, we might get through. Feels good right now.
Okay, I appreciate everyone who, filled in and helped in my absence. I wasn't here, so, but, I read through the minutes, and I appreciate everything that was done, so I'll call for a motion if there's no changes to the minutes, to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes from May 7th.
You got a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, Paul?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
We'll now go to, review of our financial report here.
Okay, this is, for the, month of April. And the first, chart, of course, is our cash position, the green line there. You can see that, we've, dropped a little bit from, last month's position. We're about exactly the same place we were last year. The reason it's dropped a little bit is we had our, fire district payment and then a bond payment and a few other things that we paid out during, the month of April, but it's about where we anticipated that we would be. And, you can see that the general fund and both the water fund have, more than $1 million in each of the funds. And those are two of our major funds, so we feel good about that. The pie chart down below shows the breakout of the money in each of the funds. Again, you can see the general fund and the water fund carrying the biggest portion of that there. The next chart, shows the sales tax. There, we'll make that a little bit bigger. Just kind of zoom in on, but anyway, maybe I'll make it smaller. For the month of April, okay, so for the month of April, you can see that, this year we had 213,000 collected. Last year was 222,000, so it was actually $9,000 in last, year at this time. A little concerning because, you had, this April were lower, March we were just a tad over, February we were below, January just a little bit under, so a little bit of a pattern there. We still are $83,000 over where we were last year total. We'll be interested to see where we're at in May. So, nothing to become overly concerned about, but again, I'd like to see us having each month a little bit more.
We can think with the new businesses over by semester, they will show positive growth.
Well, most of those, came in, last year, so they were already here last year, most of them. There was a few, but they're very smaller ones. Yeah. Yeah, you higher, but it's not quite there. But again, not super alarming, we're still above what we had last year.
Do we have very many, companies that pay quarterly, the
Yeah.
sales tax?
Yeah,
So we may see it go up
yeah,
in June, right?
yeah, so it'll actually be, the May one will be because this is actually 2 months lag, so,
Oh, okay.
so May will be your March collection, so
Okay.
May should be a little bit bigger month, but yeah, there's quite a few that do it quarterly. The next chart is the, transient room tax. And, the 3-year comparison there. Yeah. Again, a little bit lower in April, that kind of jumps back and forth, because March, we had quite a bit more, and it's just the way it's collected. Some of them wait a month to pay their taxes, and some pay it right on time, so it jumps about. But you can see where we were compared to last year. We're just a little bit lower, so again, we really don't have too much control about that, but it's nothing to be super concerned about. Public safety, again, a small amount in April, but, we're way ahead of where we were last year, just because of all the development that we've seen in the city. The next one is the RAP tax, and again, that mirrors pretty much the, sales tax, so kind of the same story there, a little bit lower in April, but we're still, about $9,000 ahead of where we were last year. Energy use tax, again, it's a lot weather dependent. In April, we were about exactly where we were, last year for the month of April. Overall, we're about $65,000 ahead, so we're good there as far as the energy tax. Court fines, a big bump in the month of April. The chief is really working with the officers on getting out, and so, we're way ahead of where we were, last year. And probably for the first time in a number of years, we'll probably exceed our budget amount in that area, so that's pretty good. The next is the, summation of the report. You can see with, 83% of the year expired, we've got 71% of the revenues. That's a little bit misleading, because number 7 line is fund balance, that was some of the money we had held over from the previous year for the public works building, that has been shown in the budget. Took that out, would probably be about 83%. For the amount of money that has been spent, right on 83%. I've kind of listed the areas where we're over. Most of them are payment on the general plan, final quarterly payment for the fire department, some legal work in the attorney's office, personnel matters, and then the shop, and then, our bond payments have been all made. So we're actually in pretty good shape there. In the water fund, you can see that we're at, the cash, we budgeted $265,000 in cash, we're at $237,000. So I think we'll be very close at, meeting that, budgeted amount. The water impact fee, again, the building has, boosted that up, so we feel good about that. The garbage fund, a little bit ahead of where we felt we would be. I think toward the end of the year, we may have to purchase some additional cans, so we'll probably be pretty close to where we expect to be. The other ones are the smaller funds. We've got the Class C fund, again showing a negative, but we use some of the fund balance for the public works building, but that's just about been taken out with our revenues coming in. So, and Scott's got the projects going, but they'll probably come online in July of next fiscal year. RAP tax, again, it's negative because we use some of the fund balance there, but it's being used up as well. RDA, again, revenue over expenditures is about $100,000, but that's because we've taken a lot of money to help with the subsides in the home there. So those are all budgeted, expected city council about where they need to be, the, community province is fine. Capital improvement development, again, we took some money from there for the public works building. Storm drain, both of those funds, we've just had a number of projects, in the storm drain, and the impact, the number of projects there that we've done this year. The storm drain, again, we took some money from the public works building, but overall, we're about where we anticipated being. So, any questions?
Any questions from you? No, thank you, Gary, appreciate that. Let's move on to item 4 then, on the agenda, to ratify the cash disbursements for between April 30th and May 10th. So I'll call for a motion to ratify. I know that everybody emailed in their approval, so.
I just have one question. Sure. It was the one for Big Bubba's trailer,
Okay.
and what's that trailer for?
No, Scott, just talking, big rubber trailer, what's it for?
One of them is for the small one to go behind the Kubota, and the other trailer is the barricade trailer. And we have another one on order that's still on the truck.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I'll call for a motion for ratification.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and second, roll call vote now.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay, thank you. Now, item number 5, we've all been anxiously awaiting for this, so Cindy Colby is, our new treasurer, and, I don't know if anybody's had a chance to meet her yet, but, we're going to swear her in tonight, so she can officially start performing her duties. But what we'd like to do first is come up and tell us a little bit about yourself, if you would, and introduce your husband, and, tell us, you know, whatever you want to tell us. Keep all the secrets to yourself.
Unless you want to share.
Unless you want to share.
I'm Cindy Colby, previously worked for Riverdale City, in accounts payable and receivable. Excited to be here, I've been part-time for years, so last time I worked full-time was what we had kids. So now it's time for me to go full-time again, and I'm happy to be here. High school sweetheart, we've been married 34, no, right after 34 this year, yeah, 34 years, we have 3 boys. Our oldest son, AJ Colby, and his wife lived in West Cross for a couple of years. They live in Arizona now. The other 2 are up north in Ogden, going to school. We don't know where they'll end up. And we live in South Weaver.
Well, we're pleased to have you aboard.
Thank you.
Annette, you want to do the honors?
And it's usually not supposed to be commentary, but she's really
You're welcome to give
I have to
commentary.
say that, yeah, we're happy to have her here. So you can raise your right hand and repeat after me. Say I and your full name.
I, Cindy Colby,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support,
that I will support,
obey, and defend
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and the Constitution of the State of Utah,
and that I will discharge
and that I will discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
We want to shake your hand.
Okay. Thanks. No, that's great. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, it was only good to see her.
It might be today or something.
That's right.
Thanks, Cindy.
Oh, thanks.
We'll move on to item number 6 then, which is a brief open session. So if there's anyone, members of the audience that has anything that they'd like to bring up to the council, now would be the time to do that. We'll take care of the council members at 1 second. It's not a mad rush
Rachel can't make it this evening.
Oh, okay.
That's our woman.
Yeah, that's,
At our meeting, she was, asked me to fill in for her tonight, so I thought maybe you already, sorry.
Please say that.
So we met on May 9th, and it was short and sweet because we only had very few people there. Katrina said the logo contest was going really well and will be judged by you guys. Have fun. And there will be prizes awarded for different age categories. She had some concerns about what's called a cottage license. What this is people who prepare foods in their own home, that have gone through training and, inspections and so on and so forth to get a license that secures that their product is safe and handled properly and so on. And those people who have those, they pay a lot of money for them, is what I understand. And, they want to have those that are not cottage licensed, because you do not have to have one in this state, roped off from them. So we kind of talked about maybe saying, how about if we go more in a positive direction and have those that are cottage licensed, make a little fun, because hey, you know, we're licensed, we've gone through this training, we've paid for this, rather than be negative.
Yeah. That's great. I like the positive spin.
Yeah, we kind of like that better too. Let's see, what else is she? She's still looking for some vendors and food trucks, and we did give her some ideas where she could go and get some of those. Especially the food trucks, because I saw that they've got an association, and so maybe she can, go to them and get some help from them.
they're controlled by the mafia.
They are?
Yeah, so they're.
Well,
But no,
you
they're.
don't have to tell on me, Mayor.
He's been in Italy, so he's familiar with the law, you know?
So, no, I think she's gonna have the one across the street, 3 corners, I think she's talked to them. And they're gonna be here, the guy in the taco truck's gonna be here, the car that was there last year. But I can't remember who else she talked to, she told me that.
Yeah, she didn't have any specific names that night, so. No, there are 380 calories in one corn dog.
We don't
eat
care.
it.
We don't
They're
care.
delicious.
If you're gonna die, let's go back.
The mustard.
With the mouthful of corn dog.
Trust me, I can't. Sorry. Lacey couldn't be there, but she did state that some of the summer classes are already full, and the other ones are filling up fast. So, we're real pleased to hear that, that the children are attending and coming in and taking care of things and, taking use of it. Allison reported they're reading a book by Sarah McCoy about the woman that raised Anne from Anne of Green Gables. And this book is called Maria of Green Gables. They'll meet June 20th, and they're hoping to get more people in because their last one was only attended by about 5 people. And they're going to have a potluck at this one. Michelle Wood represented the, Youth City Council, and she said that, the silverware is all wrapped for Memorial Day breakfast, and they'll be here around 6:30 to help out. Registration for next year's Youth City Council, the deadline is June 20th. And scholarship is supposed to be presented tonight, is what she said, so that's really neat. I'm excited about that. And our next meeting will be June 13th, and that's it.
Okay, thanks.
And we missed you, Mayor.
Well, I'm just being here, it was my birthday, so.
Yes, we said happy birthday to you,
Okay.
you know, via the mafia.
No, I just mentioned that the association, the food truck associations are very hard to deal with.
Are they?
We've tried to deal with them a couple of different times, and they're very, well, possessive, if you will. We wanna make sure we can guarantee them so many people, and
Well, I do know that they've got a, what they call a food truck night, and it's out over by, Trolley Square on, I believe it's Wednesday night, so.
yeah, so so she might wanna go hang out Friday, they have Friday night food truck up here in Bountiful too on Main Street. And they've got probably 10 or 12 of them up there every Friday. So she could probably go hang out up there and talk to a couple of them, like, get some more information. But anyway, okay, thank you. Next on the agenda is council kudos.
Yes, okay. So our recipient is Marlene Nelson, but she's not here. And so she's at a place tonight. She retired in her D3 from what it sounds So we just wanted to honor her for all of her years of service and the hard work that she did as our treasurer. So we have a gift card for her, and Jessica will make arrangements for her to get that.
Thank you. Okay, item number 9, Chief, you're up.
Okay. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good, how are you?
Good. Things going well. Our council report, our dispatch calls were down a little bit from last month, which isn't a bad thing, we did not work as hard as activity report, 234 cases were opened. We did an annual review with the city prosecutor, we met with him with Gary, and talked to him a little bit about some things. We also had a review with the Davis County narcotics officers, the lieutenant in charge, talking to him about finances and budget, and went over some things to deal with Cross City. Hopefully we get some help there from the narcotics people. We had a cold case meeting with the Davis County Sheriff's Office. We had another one today. They're very interested in the cold case that Woods Cross had in the early 80s, and we're working some angles on that. We do some interviews next week on one possible suspect, one that passed away, but we're working on a couple others and talking to that person twice. So we're working that with the Sheriff's Office. School district safety meeting was last month, was also today. Lieutenant Sorrell attended that, and working with the school. I'm gonna work with the district on a contract for our SRO officer. I don't think we've had an increase in, but it's been quite a while, I don't know, there. In participation from the district.
Participation as far as them, yeah, contributing to
I
our,
don't think that increase in requirements have it. It's been a while.
so in Boxell, right, it's a 1-year contract. I don't know if we wanna do a 1-year or a 2-year, just to kind of keep costs the same for a couple of years, but then when we have increases in salaries and vehicles and things like that, I think we need to get a little increase in the school, so I'm gonna work on that.
Did they talk about adding any more crossing guards or anything that they need for us to be able to do that?
They didn't last month. I haven't talked to Adam today about the news, but last month they didn't say that.
Because I know they're gonna discontinue some bus routes from down in the west part of the city for the junior high kids walking in South Davis.
Okay.
And they're asking us to provide some more crossing guards for that treacherous route. And so, anyway, I didn't know if that was brought up in the safety meeting or not.
I'll ask.
Ask Alan and let him know.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of parents that are emailing me all the time, asking what we're gonna do, so.
Okay. And that's solely on the city. The school doesn't participate.
Right.
I mean, it was car, so.
I just wanted to brought up in the city.
Even if they, I'll check. And then Lieutenant Sorrell luckily got to do 6 hours of, career day at the junior high school. He'd never done it before, so I said, you'll enjoy it, go down there.
I would like to do.
Yeah, it was actually about 4 hours that they rotated through, and then spent an extra little bit of time down there, so. Our, booth is ready for Memorial Day. We've got the bike licenses, like I showed Julie one, and I was gonna grab another one, but I didn't know, but it just says Blue Cross Police with a dispatch phone number and a number on it, and we can register them. It can easily be filled up, but if we find bikes that are missing, add a sticker or whatever. We participated in the Great Shakeout, had a 5-minute that kind of crossed from the day to the state, so we think we got credit for that. Also, the
writing day went well. We had, over, this is for the whole county, 17,885 pounds of unused medication was returned. We had a chunk of that we got here, we, put it in the center. Both of them were a good event. I wanted to bring up Code Red, it's on our website, and we're gonna be passing out some flyers on Memorial Day, try to get people to sign up. We participated in the chase of a person started in Centerville, ended up in Farmington. They put out a Code Red, and a lot of people didn't get it, because if you're not signed up, you're not gonna get it to your cell phone. It'll come to your home phone, because there's not a lot of home phones out there like there used to be. So you can sign up by email, you can get an email, you can get a text, so we're gonna try to get more people to sign up for that. That's a good, it's really the only way for us to communicate with emergency, you know. No use of force incidents for April, so that's good. SWAT team assisted the UPD and Salt Lake City PD, they had 6 different call-outs, and also their regular training. At the high school, a couple of traffic accidents, theft of some shoes in the girls' locker room, some students suspended for disorderly, a few parking citations, and then, Detective Linton will be at the school for another year because we didn't have anybody to put in for. We put it out, we asked the officers, we lowered the time, we had to be an officer for 2 years instead of 3, and we didn't have anybody who was interested, so we'll look for another year, hope we have some interest next year. So this will be, he's been 6 years, it will be his 7th year next year, so we'll try to rotate that. K-9 activity, Officer LaBounty graduated and passed his class. He didn't graduate till tomorrow, but he passed his class today. So as a patrol dog, now we'll have a dual trained drug patrol dog, and he was pretty excited about that today. That's quite an accomplishment. It's been a long 2 months almost. Bountiful Police requested K-9 Ranger help locating a missing child. The child was found. And then also, I already talked about the Centerville case and our brother who helped it. There was tracking training in Woods Cross down at the park, down, off of Legacy, and I went down and watched Ranger go track, and he's very well trained. He's a great asset, not only to our department, but to the county, because he helps out all the time. And they also had a monthly training with the sheriff's office. Detective Division, 15 active, child abuse and neglect report cases last month. Investigating those with DCFS, and then 23 active property theft and fraud, that's all cases that they're working on. The crime spotlight, recent rise in theft from, vehicles in the city, so we're reminding everybody on our social media to keep their doors locked in their cars, and, be vigilant about that. We've had some daytime thefts as well, that's just upswinging a trend, so, we're trying to get into the neighborhoods and do what we can to curtail that. 4 stolen vehicles were taken this month, and all 4 of them were recovered. Follow-up investigation was conducted, with additional crimes. Stolen vehicles.
Are those stolen from residential areas or from the,
Both, yeah, couple from both. We had some storage shed thefts also that were solved by the detectives, and a lot of properties that returned to the owners. There's a picture of the new trucks. The new trucks are completed, they've been assigned, they're on the road. This is, Officer Boyle's truck, and everything's outfitted, and we got the things, everything moved over from this other one, and they're looking good. They appreciate those, they turned out very well. And the graphics aren't on this one, we took this picture before, but you get one on, it's on the other 2.
So, on the graphics, are they the lighter white, or are they darker gray?
The graphics?
Yeah.
They're reflective gray. So at night, they show up really well, in the day, they're kind of subdued, like the ones on the Explorer, you can same one. Yeah.
Just, we talked about it, I got outvoted, but I definitely prefer the lighter. I think we need to have a police presence, and you can't see them.
It's hard to see them.
That's my pet peeve, but
I just look for the spot mirror.
I like the
If there's a spot mirror, you know it's the police.
Some like the stealth, some like the black and white police car.
They can just sneak up on you.
I like them to sneak up, but I also like the community presence.
Matt doesn't want him to speak up on it.
I know. Yeah, I wanna get caught there and burn.
They have to stand out, so.
They catch you, it's very. So there's benefits both ways
Right.
to that, so, I think we didn't wanna pay the expense to change them to what we had on the Explorer, so we went with the same ones that they already had. Paid about $1,000 to have them redone, just for the, graphics, and the artwork, so I think that was the same. But I'm certainly open, if you wanna go a more marked car, in the next one, we could do that.
You know, black and white.
Go black and white, yeah.
Okay, you know, or-
Yeah, I think they're plenty
Cherry,
of
with the cherry on top.
If you have a really bright flashlight, you go around shining on all the black gray trucks out there, it'll shine right.
Oh, yeah, it shines better at night than it does in the day.
Right.
And by the way, the new city shop building is a great backdrop for the website.
Right, that's where that was at, you went down there and watched it, took a couple pictures for me.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's
Nice
it.
truck.
There's the city shop right there. Any questions?
I have a question on, recognition for like our top citation issuing officers and things like that. Do we have something in place? Gary said that you guys have been working on, you know, increasing that so that our court fines are up, so we can support the cost of another officer.
Yeah, posting that.
Wondered-
We talked about it, we had some issues in a previous department I worked at with like gift cards for doing their jobs and news like that,
Right.
and didn't like that. So Gary suggested just taking the top ticket writers to lunch and get to know them better, and they can just kind of, you know, obviously I'd make them pay. Is that what you said? No, I paid for it. So,
Okay.
unless you have a different suggestion,
No,
we're
I-
open to suggestions, but,
I just thought of that when you said that, you know, I mean, it's obvious you guys are working harder because the fines are up. So
Yeah.
everything, so.
and that just, it's not that we're trying to get the fines up, we're
No.
trying to make the city
Just make
safer.
the city
Make
safer.
people aware, you know, if you speed in Woods Crossing, you get a ticket, and if you drive your big truck with fall tires, you get a ticket.
Yeah.
So,
Safe.
right, to make that safer.
Okay.
But we're open to suggestions, if anybody has them, on how to, not really incentivize, but just reward.
Acknowledge them.
Acknowledge them for doing their job.
Well, where are we at until,
The West Bountiful one,
Pretty darn close to it. I know, I was gonna ask about that too. Do they have any leads on that?
our detectives pretty much solved it for them and gave them the suspect information. Yeah, it was the same, that was involved in one of our robberies, yes.
Okay.
well, they are local.
Yes. And they're working on it, or, they were yesterday, I thought.
No, that was good.
Any other questions?
Thank you, we appreciate all you do.
You're welcome.
Will you be around for with Memorial Day conversation, or you leave?
Yeah, I'll stay, and then I'm coming on Memorial Day too, so.
Awesome.
We got the bike ready, we're getting it shined up, so. We'll about sleep along the winter. Hopefully the road will be dry. Hopefully we dry, yeah, won't rain like crazy.
The mayor's is already.
You put in your orders? Okay, well, I'm one of the driving trucks.
No, but we'll be fine. Oh, I have it here. For Wales.
Okay, so, item number 10, and I'm sure this is what most of you are here for. And we are so happy and pleased to be able to do this. This is the award of our youth city council scholarship.
Always.
What's that? Oh, that's But we would like to ask, Dylan and, is it Elena? And Amy, if she would come up.
I'll come up.
So just to give a little background, every year, the council gives out, and the leaders, if you come up to them, if you want to position yourself to take pictures for our history book.
Well, I'd like a picture with the council.
We can do that at the end.
We'll do that as well, so.
So just to give you a little background, every year we award scholarships to our members of our youth city council who have served the city and provided service. These three, these three give me hope in the future. These three have given so much service to our city and over the last 4 years, and to get to know them and to see how hard they work for the betterment of the city it's just I guess a big uplift to me to know that we're gonna be leaving our city in good hands and our country in good hands for great kids like this that take the responsibility and take ownership in who they are and what they wanna become, and they take pride in their citizenship, and I really appreciate that. This year, we've decided to give a $500 scholarship to each one of them. Dylan, let me hand you yours, and Elena, here's yours, and Haley. And so what we do is they'll go to school, and when they register and they come back and show Gary or Annette or Jessica or whoever is in the office their registration papers and stuff like that, we will go ahead and give them the check for $500, okay? And so if you decide to leave and go on a mission or whatever, whatever your plans are, and you come back and go to school, the scholarship still stands. And so that's still available for you. And as long as you're not going into, biomed, that $500 could buy you a few books. I know my son's biomed book was 6 inches thick and it cost him $700. So it just, and I don't think he opened it once. So, but anyway, just want to thank each one of you Make mention too that Dylan was probably one of our best mayors we've ever had in our youth city council. So, Michelle, where did you want us to stand for a picture? Chief, you got.
It's Grandma that wants the picture, well, we all want it, but.
Why don't you just stand up here in front of the rock?
Sure, that'd be great. Well, but then your podium's gonna be in the way. Well, they can fix it. We can fix it. Or, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Mayor, can't see you. Yeah. I can see the mayor number 1. Oh, I'll see there, I find you. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And 4.
And 5, there we go. And 6.
Good job.
Thank you guys for all you do.
Thank you.
I've had a chance to hang out with them away from the city building and outside of our city. We go up to a youth city council conference, and even up there, they behave themselves. So they are, representative of our youth city council, and they are great youth and representatives of the council. So thank you guys.
And I know that, all 3 of them are seniors and moving on, which we're gonna miss them a whole lot. But I just wanna thank you for setting the example for the younger ones. I don't know what's going on here. It's jet lag. Feels like it's 4 o'clock in the morning right now. So, anyway, just thank you so much for everything you've done, and the leaders, we couldn't do it without you, so we appreciate you and all your hard work and your effort and your patience, and all that you do as well, so thank you very much. I'm kind of anticlimactic to go to number 11, approve a bid for a storm drain system, but anyway, we really appreciate all you do. So let's move on to item number 11. Scott?
So with the, development of the Crossroads Village Townhomes on 1950 South, it's necessary that we replace the storm drain line that's going on through that project and relocate it out of the landscape buffer, they can put the buffer in, and the pipe's deteriorating anyway. And so we worked with the property owner and the farmer that's planted the corn. This project will not take place until August, but we bid it out so we have it ready to go in August. And so we recommend awarding the project to Tonco Incorporated. We had two other bidders, they were the low bid. City engineer has worked with the principals of this construction firm, it's a fairly new one, but they come highly recommended from another company, they started their own and so forth. And so and it is quite low, quite a little bit, 30,000 or so below what the engineer's estimate was. And so we, would like to have you award this bid to them.
Okay, any questions for Scott before we vote?
Will it still be valid by August?
Yes, it is in the documents, they start August 5th, and have to be finished on August 28th or something like that. So it was in the documents, they knew exactly.
I'm just curious, because there is a $40,000 difference, I just wanna make sure we're not gonna give it to like an extent construction ordeal where they come back and say, oh,
So,
it's higher.
so if you look at the bid results here, it's in your packet.
Yeah.
So we bid everything line by line, and
Right.
so that dollar may change a little bit because they may have extra footage or something, but it is a set price. And
Okay.
we don't anticipate, we will have some, it probably will not be that exact amount because of quantities of material.
Okay.
And so, that's why we have the unit price and so forth. And
Okay.
But they all did it that way, so.
they all did it that way, and so you have that prices. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, that's great. Okay, so I'll call for a motion then to approve, or award the contract.
I'll make a motion, we award the contract for the storm drain replacement, right? To Tonco as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Okay, we're done. Thanks,
So does that go on, will that go on next year's budget because it doesn't start?
Yeah, it'll be in next 2 years' budget, we do have it budgeted in there already.
But,
It's one of those projects that I told you about during my.
so before everyone leaves, I'm gonna move, to item number 15 on the agenda. Which is Memorial Day, real quick. Let's go to item number 15 then. Well, I've got the youth city council here, so just wanted to make sure we're all set for Monday morning. We're gonna have good weather, so don't worry about that.
Promise.
The mayor's in charge of the weather, so.
Anyway, just wanted, do you know how many we're gonna have there that morning?
How many?
She-
1,500, no,
Yeah.
I only have one that has said they can't be there, so
Okay, perfect.
we'll probably have 25, maybe.
Okay, and Matt, how many did you need?
It's nice to have a couple at the table to start out with, and last year I just kind of pulled some that were helping with breakfast, if I could have like 4 there, and then 4 go with the water at the church, and, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Okay,
On Saturday.
yeah, and then Saturday at 2:00, is that good for everyone to move tables? They're actually gonna set up the tent on Friday, and so they'll be all ready to go if you guys wanna move it earlier in the day so it doesn't.
I already announced it.
So 2:00 is good, okay. So we'll take care of that. And Scott, you knew that they were coming Friday to do the thing, okay, so I gave Diamond your number and Mark's number as contact to get a hold of. And, I talked to JD today about seeing where the water lines are, they're striped
problems there. Any other questions that you guys have?
6:30 is good, right? Did we decide that's still good?
I think so,
Early enough?
Yeah.
The race starts at 7?
As long as we have people at 6:30, that's great.
yeah. If they wanna come a little bit early, I'll probably be over here 5:30 to 6. I'm gonna need the, no, I'm just.
Getting here at 6:30 is a stretch.
Yeah. Push is gonna open up at 6 so that we can start moving stuff, so we can get all the strong guys to, Ryan's not gonna be here this year, he's gonna be on an airplane flying Greece. And so we're gonna have to have a couple of pickups to see if I'll have my pickup and we'll see if the guys can start shuttling.
I can bring a truck too.
I'm gonna bring my truck.
Okay,
And I'll have a big truck over there.
okay. That'll be perfect. Okay, thank you guys, I appreciate it, it's coming up on us pretty fast.
Yep. In the parade soon.
That's right.
Oh, can I don't know, maybe you guys probably don't know, I guess Scott would know, if we have a float this year yet? A float?
the same one we had before.
Yeah, we were gonna build a new one for this year.
You want to start meeting.
That's why I'm asking you. Yeah, I guess it's just from all the weather, it's been falling apart, so we need a new actual base. Okay, June 8th. Should I call you?
We'll have to have that discussion.
Okay, I'll call you.
Okay, thanks you guys. Continuing on with the Memorial Day discussion, so Colonel Everland from Naval Air Force Base is gonna be our he's the commander-in-chief of the Philippines. He's very excited, he's taking family vacation tours to come down and talk to us. And then David is gonna be our other speaker, she's retired Air Force, she's working in Afghanistan. Chief and I understand the fire department and our police officers are practicing. And they're ready to go. We know if we have someone that can play taps in that group. If not, just take it, right? We did that one year.
Nobody knows the department, you know, I know.
I will work with, Blackstone and see if they can find me a task player.
They've had a Davis County deputy do it in the past.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought, so.
I can check that, the one deputy that played it, wrote you check.
Will you check on the, and then Adam's we've got the helicopter ready to go.
Yep, 9 o'clock.
So he'll be there.
I'll double check on that, make sure.
Okay. Fire department's gonna be here, they'll have a flag this year. And things are ready to go. Right, we'll move it over there. The stage, that'll be moved up to the band again. I'm thinking they're bringing their own sound system, this year. And, oh, they've got their group. We got another booth this year for emergency preparedness, we're not doing one this year.
So you're gonna have water bottles in the parade?
Yeah.
So what time is the tax player?
Probably by quarter to 8. The flag ceremony will be right at the first of our program, and then it starts usually around right after 8. Did Jeff, you not? So you,
I think Annette sent you an email asking.
and all those, and I thought I returned it.
Okay, now,
I was on the cruise ship when I
Okay,
applied.
I don't think the return came through, but were the amounts correct?
The amounts are
If
correct.
the amounts are correct, I can get.
We just wanted to confirm the amount before we cut it back.
Right.
Okay,
From what I
perfect.
understand, they're correct. The bagpipe band said it was the same as last year. The flag hanging band's the same. And I don't know about the climbing wall, because Maureen usually took care of that.
Sorry, that paid for that.
We're
At least the deposit.
Yeah, so we have a record of that, with what one we did.
And I think, and Cheryl Blackley for $150.
Okay, we'll have those tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Any other questions or concerns?
Oh, Matt, have you contacted Ruth and Charlie?
I have,
Okay, because they said they helped every year in the past, but,
they usually come over to the table, talk to
yeah,
them, yeah.
okay. I told them to come, I'm like,
Yeah.
we will not turn away help.
They've been very helpful with it.
At the ring, yeah.
Mayor, is your system turned up loud that can be on the second row?
Hello.
Fine.
No, I think we need to
Not
turn that
not
off.
loud today at all.
Well, then it buzzes.
Yeah, then it was
But then
buzzing.
it buzzes.
Last meeting, something was different, and it was great. We haven't
Yeah,
just
can you hear that buzz?
Yeah, I can hear the buzz.
I knew it was.
Sorry, you're hearing a buzz right now? I'm not hearing a buzz out here, am I hearing a buzz? You hearing a buzz?
Maybe try to speak loud.
I mean, you heard the buzz.
Turn it up a little bit. Yeah, turn it up a little bit.
Okay.
So, a little bit.
So those two cross.
Yeah, last meeting, something, these sounded like the way Tim's usually does, where we could hear it really well.
Well, you were sitting in the mayor's.
I know,
And the mayor's picks up pretty good.
but I'm not even hearing that.
Yeah.
It's not just me?
It's different.
We haven't just.
And then, Scott, one other request. The colonel and his assistant will be driving down from Hillfield.
Tell them to park right here in front of the city hall.
Well, I told them to park, I'd have it coned off in the church on the southwest corner.
Let them park right here in front of city hall. We're changing we're trying to direct people into the parking lot a little better, so if they park this side of the city hall, it'd be good. Right on it.
Right on 800 West, right in front of the building.
I'm going to own part of that off anyway, so you know.
Great, so I'll watch it down. I'll watch for him and then
Yeah, just have them park this way so it's not real visible.
I'll send him an email tomorrow then.
Sure.
Be like that, he wouldn't have to cross the street, so. Okay.
Make a map for him, so he's not
I just gave him detailed driving instructions, I didn't.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to get in here from Hillfield to the fifth south exit, that after that it will complicate.
26 stops will be better than you come straight in.
Yep. So, okay. I think that's it. Okay. So let's go back to, item number 12, consideration to approve a resolution entering into an interlocal agreement with Davis County relating to the conduct of the Community Development Block Grant Program for federal fiscal years 2020, 2021, and 2022.
Yes, number of years ago, when we did a block grant in the 90s, we used to have to go through the state. And, about 10 years ago or so, Davis County had grown to the point that Davis County now could administer the CDBG separate from the state. And so part of them administering the grant required them to enter into interlocal agreements with all of the entities that can apply for grants, in which we, agree that we'll meet certain federal requirements, and I listed a number of those in there. It's the strings attached to the money is what it is. So, that's what this agreement does, is that we agree that we'll abide by those requirements.
Number 678.
678. Okay, so I'll call for a motion then to approve resolution 678.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, Matt?
Aye.
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 Aye. Aye.
Okay.
one of our dog handlers was bit by a dog in training, not seriously. And, so things are okay there, nothing really serious, but we reported it as an incident, it's an OSHA recordable incident. So we had that one incident, other than that, nothing. Down on the, action items, actually, 4, 5, 6, and 7 have been completed, so those will come out with the report. For our safety competition, because the officer was a member of MASA is now down again, so, MASA is looking forward to the draft so that they can get new members, so.
MASA stands for Make America Safe Again.
They've got a little ways to go, so.
They should come up with a new team.
Well, we will have the draft again and reset the team, so that will happen for July.
We could call them Make America Safe Again, maybe?
Maybe.
Question mark.
Yeah.
Maybe we
That's
should,
a question mark, or Make America Safe Again.
they could be called MOTSA, Make Our Team Safe.
Anyway, that's where we're at.
Okay, thank you.
I thought the dog got hurt too.
Yeah. the dog did
In
that.
a separate thing, yeah.
Okay, so now we're at item number 14, which is a open session. So if anyone has anything that they would like to address the council, with, feel free to come forward. If not, then anything from the council?
Tammy just whispered over to me, and I'm curious about it because with the scholarship night, it's a great big thing in the high school. Have we just always chosen to do it here, or
Have you
why
ever
are we
been
doing
to one
it?
of those scholarships? I know you
I have had a couple of others, I'll be there tomorrow.
Ryan sat in for me, I've been to several, and as proud as I am of all those kids getting scholarships, it's the longest night of the year, if you have to go and sit through it.
Especially when you're on stage.
Especially when you're on stage, you have to look out at everybody sleeping in the audience. So we decided to make it more personal and do it here.
That's fine.
So, yeah.
And that's good, I think that was very personal, it's fair,
Yeah.
I think though that if there's any way to recognize, I mean, just as a work with the school as a recognition that these individuals have got it, because a couple of years ago when my daughter was there, it was, and Woods Cross didn't have it. And it was, they didn't kind of, I know that people had received the scholarships, but
They do know anything about it.
they didn't know about it, so they didn't announce it. It would be nice that this Woods Cross City gave out 3 scholarships to these 3. You don't have to present, you don't have to do anything, it's just part of that long, boring meeting, but get the exposure in there that we did do that. So, I don't know if there's time this year or something to consider for,
Can I give you an assignment to call high school?
I can talk to them and see if we can get it on the program or whatever, I'll be there anyway.
Okay. If you would do that for me, I would appreciate it.
No problem.
What's in my card?
You got their names and everything.
Yeah, my
right?
personal request.
I have a personal request. My name's on
What's that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, we did it on the,
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did. We'll get it right.
We need to go back to the camera.
my apologies, I was like
No, sure, I agree for you.
my other jobs are so much better right now.
We'll get it right.
Is there anything else for the open session?
There's still the graffiti on that bridge, with.
Oh, the Bamberger?
Yeah,
Okay,
they haven't fixed it,
okay.
so that's.
And I should just add, like,
Let's close the open session then and move on to item number 16. Wasatch Integrated Waste Report.
Today at noon, there was an open house and a tour of the nearly completed transfer station, and also a demonstration of the mattress built the list that was created, and, we'll take a look at that now. We got, I'll just make a quick graph, and, Jessica has a lot there.
We need some video videos too.
I know, so-
Or Google something.
Any questions? You know, a picture here without, maybe that was good. Yeah,
Can we take microwaves and old TVs still,
you can, but you take them to the, just as you go in the front gate, you turn left, and you drop old computers, and TVs, and microwaves there. They'll take them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilperson? Is the energy in greater than the energy out, or what, or is it the other way around? Do they get more energy out of the they're just burning it and releasing into the atmosphere, or are they using that?
They have scrubbers on their kilns.
But, so they're not taking that energy and use it to heat anything, they're just destroying the product?
They're making cement.
They're making cement?
They are, there's a heating process involved in that cement creation.
So this isn't one of our environmentally desirable.
It is very much so.
It's more desirable than storage in the landfill.
Yeah, because this stuff is being diverted from our landfill, is actually being used. Because if they didn't do this, then they would be burning coal. And if they don't have this fuel to burn, they'd be using coal. So this is a big plus. There's a
I
lot
think
of.
I read though that cement production is pretty carbon footprint heavy.
Couldn't tell you about that. I'm in the trash business. Yeah.
Not on your day job though, this is your
Correct.
side job. All right.
With the city, yeah.
Okay. And Croydon's down near Price or something like that? Where is Croydon?
Weaver down by Bill's Slide,
It's where?
Bill's Slide, Weaver Canyon.
Up past
Oh, is
Morgan.
it? Okay.
So it's not a very long haul for that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, they were excited to get it, so.
And is that where our garbage is gonna go, our mattresses are gonna go?
If you take them there, that's where they're gonna go.
Oh, you gotta take them all the way to Weaver?
Gotta take them up the lake and go to the landfill. Okay.
And then the garbage that was being burned in the burn plant is that's what's getting mixed in with that. The parts that they would have a hard time recycling get mixed in with that and go to that same place.
Do they take all types of mattresses, like memory foam and?
Yeah, they do. That shredder's pretty amazing. They'll take anything. Yeah, you wouldn't recognize them when it comes out the other end.
Let's put it shredded.
Will we still breathe?
Little giant.
Neighborhood.
Yeah.
I'm the life expectancy, I mean, the number of
Mattress.
tinfoil mattresses that are sold versus the number of, playtents and so forth, other products, I mean, it's a dying product. But,
Yeah, but most people use them for 15 years, so.
That batch that you saw being ground up today was actually from California.
Oh, really?
It was.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that, are we taking garbage from other states?
We can make money on it, and not end up in our landfill, then we do.
Talk about making money, but you don't talk about the impacts of the environment as being part of the cost.
Actually, this is helping the environment.
Cause they'd be burning coal if they were not burning this, and it burns cleaner than coal does.
We're just taking from other states, we're not taking from any other country?
No, not.
So we're not taking garbage from China or something?
Yeah.
Okay,
No, it hasn't been reversed.
thank you.
I did see some things in the news this week though about, the recyclable market in the US and that they are, bringing plants back online and building new recycling plants because the cost, with the cost going up, it makes sense to be able to do it here instead of doing the additional things to send to China, and they were, being recommissioned all over the place. And so that's helping. It's taking a little while to get them online, but it's helping. Some of these, facilities have storage yards that they just have piles and piles and piles in big bundles, and they're now able to start doing stuff with it.
Ethically, that's what we should have been doing all along.
Probably was. It was cost prohibitive, that was the problem. Yeah, we looked at China as kind of a bad thing, when they refused to take it. Yeah, just trying to be forced to take responsibility.
Okay, Matt, 17 and 18.
I wish I had some good videos.
I actually killed my first.
We've seen your mosquitoes, Matt.
There are a lot of mosquitoes. The first ones aren't the females that don't want to bite, so the biting hasn't started as bad, but you do see the mosquitoes that made it through the winter, are out and about.
My 9-year-old thinks it's been bad. They love her.
Yeah, but there is some fighting going on, and they're fully staffed, already checking. They have a team that just goes out and any place that has a tree hollow, they have a group that just goes and puts stuff in those. If you have an ornamental pond, you're gonna get a knock on the door. If you said in the past, you're gonna throw some fish in your pond.
The main one was not really good. My dad would probably do that.
Yeah, but then at the end of the year, it goes really bad, because there's a whole bunch of fish in my pond. Not so bad. But no, that's good. Planning commission, they have a unique situation with our, Stevenson property over there by the city shop. There's a kind of a dilemma with the fencing. That we just went through all the trouble of saying, okay, we're gonna allow you to do open storage, but it has to be at least 8 feet, it has to be 100% blocking. And they've come back and said, well, Weaver Basin won't let us do anything but chain link, and here's something that's 98%. And so we had a good discussion for quite a while about, and it's gonna end up back in our lap, on is 98% good enough for being what is that? Oblique. I mean, they can't see through it, and so we wanna see really what they wanna see, what that really looks like. They don't want it to be something that, yeah, it's good now, but gonna fall apart in 2 years, and now you're just left with a beat up, ugly looking chain link fence. Also, they want to kind of push back to Weaver Basin and say, really, why is it, what is it, if we're not on your lines, is it footings, is it what? So expect to see that back in our lap sooner than later on adjusting, because we just barely passed it, and now the first chance that we get a chance, they're saying, can we bend the rules a little bit, and we want to make it not so bad, so be prepared to see that.
Are we being proactive in contacting Weaver Basin to find out the reason why? If it's not right on top of their line?
I'm not sure.
Tim was taking a lot of notes and gonna work with the companies there. It's for the steel shop, there's a steel place that's going right next to the city shop, and really push, and get some pushback on, because Scott was here, and I think of that, and just saying the footings that will be used to hold up a 10-foot chain link fence are just gonna be just as big and bulky as some types of the lighter concrete panels and stuff, so. The city, the planning commission did a really good job of pushing back, and said, no, we're not gonna just bend the rules right now, we just passed this. You need to go back and try to meet our new requirements. They actually weren't here, so it actually allowed us to the planning commission to have a really good open discussion without the applicant really being there, based on what they had submitted. So they made a big list for them and send them back. So hopefully they'll figure out a way that it doesn't have to come back from us, but be prepared for that. That's about it for that.
What is the steel guy doing in here, but
They're fabricating.
fabricating and, like your Ricker said, is it?
Yeah, the big beams, and they'll put them outside after they build them, and then they'll put them on a truck and ship them off, but that's outside storage, so.
Has to be considered.
It had to be built, and it's built in only certain areas.
I remember, there used to be no, you're all heck together, you don't know. Okay. No way
So
to.
he says that the building was the inside, but it's holding
No.
outside. Okay.
No, I can tell you exactly where those two will plant, then both.
So anyway, items number 19 and 20. For the South Davis Metro Fire Agency, we had our meeting yesterday. Our ladder truck is done. A couple of our assistant chiefs are gonna fly back and do final inspection on it, and then it will be shipped out to us. We should have it within the next 6 weeks.
How does it get shipped?
It will be shipped either probably by rail car or by truck on the back. Yeah, they're not gonna go back and drive it. That'll be a long, miserable drive.
Yeah, I'm wondering,
Yeah.
I didn't know how easy it was to.
One guy will be in the front drive and the other guy will be in the back drive. Coming around the corner.
They asked me if I want to volunteer, and I said absolutely not. Anyway, and then we passed our tentative budget. And then in the recreation district, we passed our tentative budget, and then, or reviewed the budget anyway. And then we talked about the open house that they had on we're trying to set up, kind of like we did, have a master plan for the district, and, try to come up with a vision, if you will, of where the district's headed, what we wanna do, what the people want. We've done the survey, we got all the information, we've had a couple of open houses, we got more. It's pretty evident that the public wants another 50-meter pool and outside. They want some more toys at the existing pool, if you will, and so they're gonna be upgrading some of those. They're talking about, doing a field house with several basketball courts and a few things. So just some things that are on the horizon that we're looking at. So once we get a feel of what direction we're gonna go, then we're gonna look at funding and then really pay for it.
So will they go to the east?
They're looking.
To expand?
Yeah, so we're talking with Bountiful City, the pool might go to the park somewhere. I'm not sure where, a joint, adjacent to the other.
Still in that area.
Yeah, still in that area. And then as far as another field house, if you will, or basketball, whatever, that will go to the east into the lacrosse field there, that's just right east of that.
they're the ones that's cutting our gym times down and not giving us enough time to do our program, and so we're trying to work out a deal with them to donate the program, we'll build a building, and then they can use it for basketball games and stuff like that themselves during the day, you know, for junior highs and stuff, so. Anyway, all the negotiations are in process, it's all in preliminary stages, so I'll keep you updated on that. As far as the mayor's report goes, just be lucky that we live in the US. Even though we had a great time in Israel, we were over there when they launched the 600 plus Scud missiles to Hamas launched them into the Gaza Strip. We were about 35 miles away, which is about from Sandy to here, and it just sounded like a really nasty thunderstorm, is basically what it was. So just be thankful that we live where we do. I mean, terrorism is terrible no matter where it happens, and we've got some issues over here, but not like they face over there. We went into all four quarters, in Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and other places, and we're just treated really nice by all four factions. But the hatred you could feel the tension between the different groups as you went from place to place over there, which is really sad. But as Matt said, they've got 4,000 years of history that they're dealing with, so they just need to let it go, as the song says, right?
You need to watch Frozen.
I'm not gonna sing it. They need to watch Frozen. But anyway, it was a great trip, I appreciate, everybody stepping up while I was gone, and Brian for filling in for me last time. It was a great trip, learned a lot, but I'm glad to be back.
Well, we're glad we're back.
Not on purpose, I kissed the ground in LA, but I tripped over a piece of luggage, so. I'm just in Marine.
At least it was the end of the trip.
That's right. Anyway. Okay, Gary,
Senate Bill 34,
you need more?
well, yes and no. You know, they're asking us they've given us maybe, I think, 23 items that we need to take out of 3 of the items that we want to do. The stick behind it is that if you want any TIF funding or TIFF funding, would have to be in compliance for that. And, really, the TIF funding would be any interchange improvements on the interstate, which they've already done, so I'm not sure how that would apply to us. And then the TIFF funding is anything with the station, the rail station, which could be critical to us because we are looking at possibly doing some things. So what I will do is, I will put together a list of those items. I'll think about the bill and make it so that they're understandable. I'll get those to you, and then, either the last meeting in June or the first meeting in July, we'll have a discussion about that and roll into a discussion on the general plan in general and the zoning ordinance updates and those things. I think it's important that we do that. We'll need to spend some time on it. So that's kind of the plan.
Okay, sounds good. Any questions for Gary?
No. Yeah, we'll get that mark, but I didn't send the thing yet, I had a little bit of the weather, but, I think that there's, my discussion with Senator Andre down to the meeting and stuff, I think that there's things that we look at. Now, I was gonna ask you, and I apologize, I should have it, but my brain's getting it, but our final general plan that we have, the copy that, do you send us all out a PDF copy or a printed copy, or? I would love to have a printed copy.
Well, yeah, and actually, if you want a printed copy, there in his office, I get you one tonight.
Okay, I would appreciate a printed, I like marking things up.
Okay. When we adjourn to go into that, I'll grab, a key and get his office. I think he had a whole box full of them.
Yeah.
So I'll give it to you.
Yeah, you know, we're just such a small city and around, and a lot of them are toward counties, and, you know, we don't have a lot of extra funds to be throwing at things, or, you know, they're talking millions and stuff here, and we just don't have that. And so we gotta figure out how to make it work with the size and the budget we have.
Yeah, well, they've got a pretty problem we've got with G and H is it says that we'll put residential density around our rail station, but because of Poly Refinery located there, that makes it difficult. So we're gonna have to write something up and then send it to them and say, hey, we got some special conditions for that.
Yeah, one side doesn't sell.
Yeah, so we could build, jobs around our rail station and maybe not so much housing. So those are the things we're gonna have to discuss. So,
Okay. If there's no further questions, I'll call for a motion to, oh, chief.
I set up the virtual training and we had a bunch of conflicts, so I canceled it. Just wondering if there's a date that's better, a night that's better, if there's still, if you want me to redo that?
I really wanted to go, but I was out of country, so I couldn't do it, but
Right, so maybe sometime in June,
sometime.
they're open, they can do it Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday night. Is there a night that's better or worse, or obviously council might have Tuesday, but. Should I just set it up?
If we can avoid Wednesday, that would be great, but
What, late Wednesday?
if we can avoid Wednesday,
Oh, boy.
yeah. But if not, I can
There's,
make it work.
Thursday might be better for
Okay,
most of us.
so I'll set up, was it the end of June then, or any preference, or?
Yeah, that was the last Thursday in June, that was for everybody.
The 30th?
The
Oh, wait,
27th?
that's the date. Sorry,
I
I'm
was
June
gone
now.
on that day, but
You're what?
I'm on vacation.
You won't come home for that?
Talk to my wife.
Yeah, 27.
Okay, I'll try to set it up on the 27th.
And what is it, the
Virtual
virtual thing?
shooting simulator.
I mean, even the 20th is not.
Training simulator, not shooting.
Oh, okay.
There might be some shooting, there may not.
Said you can go.
It's all.
We're tearing apart a lot of fun. The 20th, I'll be on truck.
You what?
Aren't you on truck too?
Yeah.
The 27th is good, and that's still tentative, so
Okay.
you can plan for that day.
Cool.
Sure, it won't be good this morning.
Can't shoot again.
Yeah, on virtual.
You ready for a motion?
Yes, I'll have a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
City council meeting is now adjourned.
Wally's in favor, like you said.
Thank you.
Matt,
Yes.
Matt, what was the name of that other mosquito besides the Tarsalis? What was the name of that other mosquito that was common?
George?
The Tarsalis and the Pythians, but they're different types.
Yeah.
The pits are, and, sorry, I have to find out more specifically, but yeah, those are.
Members of the public, we are going to be reconvening in the multi-purpose group to discuss budget. So, if you want to join us here, you're more than welcome.
Ryan, did I miss some report? You had some.
That was last